GolfDestination.tv is presented by Gosling's Rums of Bermuda, home of the notorious Dark and Stormy. Today on GolfDestination.tv, we visit the Omni Mount Washington Resort in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. This grand resort has 27 holes of championship golf located on its property. The 18-hole Donald Ross course just underwent a restoration process by Brian Silva to bring it back to its original design. The 9-hole Mount Pleasant course is still a great layout from when Brian Silva did the original design. Stay tuned for all of that and more next on GolfDestination.tv, presented by Gosling's Rums of Bermuda. Welcome to GolfDestination.tv. I'm Bill Jones. Omni Mount Washington Resort is a must-see destination if you enjoy the traditions of the past with the modern amenities of today. We spoke with Larry Magor, the managing director of the property.
Joseph Stickney, when he built this property, truly believed that he was building a cruise ship on land. And one of the most interesting features of this property when you arrive at night is that it actually resembles a cruise ship. It's lit up like a cruise ship. So there is a great deal of significance to his thought process and his dream of building a cruise ship on land. When you arrive at the property, that's the experience that you have. We offer everything that a cruise ship could offer.
Hi, welcome to the Omni Mount Washington Resort. How may I assist you?
You step into the lobby and you truly feel as though you've just arrived at a palace. It's nothing short of breathtaking. We've taken the opportunity to go ahead and put board games in the lobby and have jigsaw puzzles throughout the property. And it truly is a wonderful area just to relax, read a book, or get as active as you wish. We've got one outdoor pool that is open year-round, and we have 3 indoor swimming pools that are accessible to the guests. The outdoor pool is the fascinating one. We maintain it at a temperature of 92 degrees during the winter months, and we actually have a heated sidewalk that allows the guests to go down there. And of course, the most recent addition, a beautiful spa, a 25,000 square foot spa that is quite spectacular. The multitude of restaurants that we have available to our guests really cover the gamut. I mean, we've got everything from the beautiful dining room in the main hotel that is an experience that everybody should go through, to a restaurant at the Breton Arms that is a farm-to-table restaurant, a Stickney's Pub, which just recently reopened. We have a beautiful little nightclub that actually used to be a Prohibition-era type bar, the Cave Lounge, which has live entertainment each evening. Fabian's, which is an old railway station that offers a great barbecue menu. The golf experience here is absolutely wonderful. We truly have 27 holes of terrific golf. The 9-hole Mount Pleasant course is a super course right at the front of the property. The 18-hole Mount Washington course, recently redesigned by Brian Silva, is truly a wonderful experience because of the views that you have at virtually every tee box and every hole. The Omni Mount Washington Resort is a historical icon in New England. It's a facility that has been carefully restored, taking into consideration the sophisticated guest and traveler who comes here today is expecting to find the Wi-Fi conveniences and all the modern conveniences, yet still be able to stay in a historical palace.
Let's take a look at the front 9 of the Mount Washington course at the Omni Mount Washington Resort. We chose the blue markers that offer an ample test of 6,400 yards. The tips can be stretched to 7,004 yards. If you've played the Mount Washington course before, The first change you'll notice is the first hole. Gone is the downhill par 3 next to the clubhouse. Now you face a straightforward 377-yard par 4. From the tips, it plays 407 yards straight away, with bunkers on the left side of the fairway. The second hole is another solid par 4 that stretches to 436 yards. Trees and bunkers defend against taking your tee ball down the right side. The green is fairly large. The third hole is 379 yards from the blues, but can be extended an additional 93 yards from the tips. It is again a straightforward drive that rewards long and accurate. The fourth is yet another par 4, but it gives you a break at only 309 yards. Be wary of the fairway bunkers in the center of the fairway if you're thinking of getting real close. The fifth is a par 3 that can be played at about 200 yards. The hotel frames the background. The sixth is a reachable par 5. There is little room for error around the green. The seventh isn't particularly long. It just asks that you are straight off the tee. The eighth is again a straight but long par 4. There's only one bunker on this hole. The ninth requires a good drive with trouble down the right side. Be wary of the small stream bisecting the fairway. Up next, we learn about the extensive renovations to the Mount Washington course when GolfDestination.tv, presented by Gosling's Rums of Bermuda, continues. GolfDestination.tv is brought to you in part by Gosling's Rums of Bermuda and the delicious Dark and Stormy, Bermuda's national drink, and the perfect 19th hole relaxer. The Mount Washington course at the Omni Mount Washington Resort recently came through a renovation project by Brian Silva to restore the course to its original design. Michael Carroll tells us more.
In 2007, we had Brian Silva come in and have a look at the golf course, and in the process, we uncovered Donald Ross's original plans. It was entire grid work plan for the entire 18-hole golf course. Brian worked very closely with those, and as he put it, they were so good he essentially just put a piece of tracing paper up on over a bay window and went to work. And what he brought us was a clearer definition of what Mr. Ross was looking for with a bit of Brian's own touch. Golf course has been modernized to a certain extent. We've gained close to 400 yards in length. We have much deeper bunkering than was originally here. More modern green complexes. They do meet the traditional Donald Ross green complex to a point. They are mostly sloped back to front, unique undulations, in most cases long as trouble. The restoration work was remarkable. In the process, many people may remember the golf course started with a par 3. The par 3 is no longer there. In turn, we've gained 4 new holes to make up for the 1 lost. And the golf course has gone from a par 71 to a par 72. It now sits at a grand total of 7,000 yards from the back tees. There's a greater variety of distances and tees to play from. Brian did a great job of making the golf course challenging but accommodating. It will challenge the long hitter. It'll make it accommodating to the shorter hitter, but still challenging. He's made it so that all of the greens are receptive to a running shot, with the exception of the par 3s. The bunkers are non-traditional. They run perpendicular to the line of play. The bunkering is really what drives the golf course. It's really what shapes the golf course. It's a links in style type of golf course. As Brian put it, it's the best of mountain golf. We're down in an old riverbed and there's minimal elevation change. It's a very walkable golf course. Many of the holes run adjacent to one another, no long walks from green to tee. So it's an incredibly accommodating golf course for walkers and a very enjoyable experience while they're out here. You're able to swing away at it. You don't have to worry about tight tree lines. The big challenge on the golf course is the fairway bunkering and the green complexes. The golf clubhouse, which was built in 2002, offers a fully stocked golf pro shop. In addition, we have a full-service bar and grill in the clubhouse. and a patio behind the clubhouse, which gives you a tremendous view of the presidential range and our 18th green. The feedback has been overwhelming. We've received tremendous accolades from our regulars, people who've been here for many years, folks who have never played the course before, and much of that is backed up by some of the accolades we've received from Golf Week magazine and Golf magazine, ranked by both as the #1 public access course in New Hampshire 2 years in a row, which is a real feather in our cap and in Brian Silva's cap. It is a tremendous golf course, one of the most unique layouts in New England, and from what we're hearing from our guests, one of the most enjoyable.
And now the back nine. The 10th hole is a true 3-shot par 5. Try to get your tee ball up top of the rise in the fairway. Your approach is to an elevated green. Enjoy the beauty of hitting out of the chute on the par 5 11th. It plays less than the scorecard, and it's possible to reach in 2. If you're a big hitter, you can get close to the green on the par 4 12th hole. Bunkers protect the left and right side of the green. The 13th is a par 4 that is best played to the left side of the fairway. Right is dead. It plays uphill on your approach, so keep that in consideration. The 14th plays over 200 yards, but it's downhill. Miss left, because if you hit it right, it is gone. The 15th is a short par 4 with a large bunker fronting the green. A good wedge shot will be required. The 16th is one of those challenging par 3s you love to play. The green runs parallel with a bunker protecting the front and the back. The 17th is a par 4 that has 4 fairway bunkers waiting for mishit shots. The far bunker looks like a greenside bunker, but it's an optical illusion with 10 yards of fairway between the bunker and the green. You finish on the dogleg left 18th. Driver is probably not required as you don't want to hit it into the river. Your approach is to a green with 1 greenside bunker. Up next, we'll take a look at the 9-hole Mount Pleasant course. And we'll meet the man who keeps it all green when GolfDestination.tv, presented by Gosling's Rums of Bermuda, continues. The scenic views of the Presidential Mountain Range will have you looking up quite a bit. But the man in charge of keeping what's underfoot plush is David Alsterhout, the green supervisor at both courses.
Winter is by far the one thing that makes conditioning this golf course very challenging. You put it to bed in late October, early November, and you just have to cross your fingers and hope that Mother Nature treats you right, and you deal with whatever you get handed when you take your covers off in the spring. And hopefully she treated you well and you have a good start to your spring season. This course in particular, being in this region of New England, the weather definitely plays into what it is we do on a daily basis. It can be extreme, from severe cold in the morning to nice and warm and hot in the afternoon. The golf maintenance crew usually is here at the golf course by between 6 and 6:30 in the morning, and we pull in a full day. We'll work until 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. A few hours Saturday and Sunday morning. We try not to disrupt play too much on the weekends. It definitely is a flat golf course. The biggest changes in elevation are holes 10 through 14. It's where you get a little bit of up and down, but other than that, it is a flat golf course. To the average person every day, I think they'd come here and think this was a great golf course to play. The conditions were great. Greens will always roll nice. Team surfaces are good. Rough's a little tough, but welcome to the mountains. I grew up vacationing in this area. The hotel itself was always a sight that you drive by and look at. It's a real grand appearance, and always thought it'd be a great opportunity to work at a place like this. I was given that opportunity and I enjoy it. this area of New England is real beautiful, and enjoy being up here.
You finished up 18 holes on the Mount Washington course, and you can still grab a quick 9 on the Mount Pleasant course. And we suggest you do.
The Mount Pleasant course, which, believe it or not, is the older of the two courses, has the longer history. It was designed in 1895. For some period of time, about 40 years, had gone into a state of non-use. And in 1989, Jeffrey Cornish and Brian Silva were brought in to completely redesign the course and give it a new look. The Mount Pleasant golf course is a tremendous golf course. It's very similar in design to the Mount Washington course, very open golf course, very links in style. It's a challenging golf course, some would argue our most challenging 9 holes. It's a par 35, about 3,200 yards, and provides a very unique perspective of the grounds. Whereas the Mount Washington course is located exclusively behind the hotel, the Mount Pleasant course is located entirely in front of the hotel. It gives you a very unique view of the property and a very different challenge, because there are some holes that wind through the woods off of our property, but the majority of the golf course is very links in style with very challenging green complexes and several very difficult tee shots. I would say the Mount Pleasant course does require a bit more accuracy off the tee for several holes, but the green complexes are fairly similar on the Mount Pleasant course. It does require some thinking before you hit every shot.
Next, we'll learn a great way for you to play some competitive golf at some of the area's finest courses in tournaments professionally run by the New England section of the PGA of America, when GolfDestination.tv, presented by Gosling's Rums of Bermuda, continues. GolfDestination.tv is brought to you in part by Gosling's Rums of Bermuda and the delicious Dark and Stormy, Bermuda's national drink, and the perfect 19th hole relaxer. Welcome back to GolfDestination.tv. Do you like playing competitive golf? How about the opportunity to play on some of the finest private courses in New England? If you answered yes to both of these questions, then the New England Series is for you. Let's find out more.
The New England Series is an amateur tour that is conducted by the New England PGA at some of the finest facilities throughout New England. As a member of the New England Series, you receive tournament favors. You have the ability to play in all the events that the New England Series runs. We have 25 events at some of the finest facilities throughout New England. You can bring a guest. We have a stat record for all of our members. You can keep track of all your birdies, how you played at each event, how you did against the par 5s throughout the year. There's a season-long tournament points system, so it's just a great opportunity for amateurs to play at some of the finest facilities throughout New England.
This is my second year joining it, and I played in about 8 events last year. Primary reason is they're offering a lot of private course opportunities. Private courses are opening their doors to players like us that want to play competitive golf at nice courses. And Turner Hill is one of them.
Turner Hill is a great test of golf. It's a course that seems like it's been here for 50 or 60 years. I know it's relatively new, but an absolute just test of golf. Challenging, fun, all sorts of different shots, lots of water, lots of cliffs, lots of carries over some ravines, just a beautiful, beautiful golf course. Oh, it's definitely very competitive, it's fun, I mean it's challenging, right? That's why a lot of us play golf. I mean it's a fun, competitive environment. You got a lot of good players. The way they set up the format, everyone has a chance to win some prize money. It's just a lot of fun. I'm a 12 handicap, you've got players as low as 3, you've got some people I think are up to a 20, so it's all level of golfers. The way they set it up with the point system, everyone has a chance to score well, so absolutely, it's really for golfers of all skill level.
What's great about the New England Series is it offers an opportunity for amateurs to play and compete in 3 different formats at every event. So each event, everyone's competing in a gross division, a net division, and a net stable for division, and there's a season-long point system for Player of the Year points. The New England PGA tournament staff has over 30 years of tournament operations experience. And we run well over 200 events a year in our short New England golf season from April through October. And we treat each event, whether it's an event for our New England PGA professionals, our junior tour, or our New England Series event, with the same high level and level of professionalism at each one of our events. So I think anyone who plays in a New England Series event will really enjoy their experience.
Well, thanks for joining us on golfdestination.tv. To get the most up-to-date schedule of all airings, log on to golfdestination.tv. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time. Till then, I'm Bill Jones.